It could also involve a pattern of leaking that has escalated. I'm wondering where you think this is going.
Well, see, that's the interesting question. When I talk to Republican lawmakers off camera, of course, behind the scenes, the one reason they were so excited, or at least reassured, that Bob Mueller was tasked with being the special counsel is because, keep in mind, when you have a special counsel like that, he can go wherever the facts take him. And the one crime that they know has been committed is the unmasking and or the leaking of classified information to reporters. Not that the reporters are guilty, but that the people who have leaked the information are guilty. And Bob Mueller is one of those kind of folks, one of those kind of leaders who could get to the bottom of that. And that's what they're hoping is going to come out of this investigation by the FBI. But wouldn't that be a kick if it turns out that that ends up being the big story here? Well, exactly. It's sort of a case of be careful what you wish for.
So this is where I'll come from, because I'm a Capitol Hill reporter. I cover Congress, and you look at certain caucuses up on Capitol Hill. One of the most important caucuses in the Democratic group, so to speak, the Congressional Black Caucus. Now, back in 2008, when then candidate Obama was running, there was a big fight, and I mean an all-out brawl between members of the Black Caucus and who supported Hillary Clinton, who supported Barack Obama. Joe Biden has a long relationship with many of these senior members of the Congressional Black Caucus who have been outspoken about individuals, young people, young Democrats challenging incumbent Democrats. They like seniority, and they know Joe Biden. And by the way, Joe Biden was the vice president for the first African-American president in our country's history.
He's been so busy these past few days, signing this, doing that, and here's the problem. He can't build a border wall unless Congress pays for it. And then he talks about fabrication and all these things. He's a builder. He clearly is a builder. And just hearing him speak to this room full of politicians, it's fascinating to see. And fascinating is just the word. And entertaining for somebody like me who's covered Congress for so long.
Was he had Pete Buttigieg, who's the youngest guy on the stage that night, and he was almost the most mature in what he said, and that was striking. You know, seeing this young guy who looks like he could have been in the movie Hoosiers, with exception of his height.
Because you tend to walk off the floor when the vote comes up in the Senate.
This was so not organized. I don't know.
Were you surprised by his answer yesterday to your question as to whether he watched the testimony?
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Guys, this is like. It's like a mystery novel.
One you can't, as a longtime member of the judiciary.
Did you respond to the North Korea button question? What do you make of the button?
I just hope he doesn't touch it.
I'm not answering that question.
Stop. Well, I was just going to ask about North Korea, man. Everybody else is interested in Graham Cassidy.
There you go.
What did you tell him about Graham Cassidy?
I told him that I have nothing to say. We're watching it evolve, and we're working with the governor, and we're hoping that we can make progress.
Okay, on North Korea. How is President Trump handling North Korea, and is it appropriate to call Kim Jong-un Rocket Man, which he did at the UN?
I think it's okay if he calls him Rocket Man, but the only thing is that diverts from the message.
That's what it was about today, this story that President Trump's going to leave open the national parks or whatever it is. It was about the monuments and not necessarily about...
We have a benevolent president today rather than a spiteful one.
The executive branch has a fiduciary obligation to minimize the impact of a shutdown.
Which Democratic 2020 potentials do you see supporting that, or who've spoken to it?
Well, I think there's a lot, and I think that what we're hoping to do is to really be a part of that debate, you know, maybe be kind of like the pace dog in a racetrack. If we as a progressive movement can do that and to say, listen, these are what people are asking us, this is what we're seeing on the ground.
And Republicans look at this and say, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, because this is why you lost in 2010. We said that the public option was going to become mainstream, that Obamacare was not the end-all be-all, that really secretly Democrats were conspiring to get in this public option and to limit your choices with private insurance. And that's something that we did see the moderates all kind of going at the two progressives, or the mainstreams on this public policy issue on the stage last night, when in the lead up to the debate, folks like us were saying, oh, I can't wait to see Elizabeth Warren versus Bernie Sanders. When it really turned out they were like a tag team.
Non-aggression pact.